Hello there, Leo. How are you today? Let's see if your person is coming back to you. What's going on in your current relationship? Obviously, this is kind of a no contact situation and you guys are apart. Let's see what's going on. What are they thinking? What are they worried about? Let's see if there's anyone around them that's influencing the situation. And any possible outcomes. All right. Use your very best judgment, your intuition as to how to process all of this information. Here we go. We've got the Queen of Swords. Someone's coming forward with honesty. Not necessarily in the nicest language, but this person is all about honesty and truth. They're able to really see things for what they are and cut right through the BS, and they know exactly what's going on here. So here in the current situation with this person, they're dealing with the lies, cheating, right, trickery, something like that. So this energy can be two things. Like I said, the lying, the cheating, the trickery. This also can be about strategizing, about them realizing that their current situation no longer serves them. They're picking up their swords and they're quietly moving along. So that's what's happening around this person. Two of those things could be happening, right? They may, with the strategizing, they may realize that, like, look, whatever I've done wrong, if I have been lying, cheating, stealing, doing something bad, nefarious, right? I need to change my ways and move on, move forward, stop doing what I'm doing. This person is really reminiscing, influenced by just the past, the history that they had with you, and they're reminiscing about all of the good times. And, there may be children around this current relationship, this situation. Now, subconsciously, they're going through a change, a big change. And this isn't change like voluntary change. Like there's something here because this energy is pretty powerful, this lying, cheating, stealing, trickery. And this energy is so powerful that it's transformative. They don't want to change, right? Subconsciously, they're kind of afraid of it. But they know that it's happening, right? That this isn't something that you could just stop. This isn't just kind of like, okay, I'm going to change. They know that there's a big force around them that's forcing them to change. There's a part of them that, they may offer you an apology here. They may come in and say, I'm so sorry for what I've done, right? But know that this is the Page of Cups, that's kind of a unsecure, like it's not a stable energy. They are coming in with an apology towards you, though. It's up to you how you're going to accept it. Now, recently, there was an engagement, a party, something where maybe you caught them or you realized something happened. But definitely, this pertains to a union, whether it was a marriage, an anniversary, some sort of celebration in just recent past. And I think it came to reality here, into the forefront, that there was some dishonesty that was going on. What's happening here in the future, there's going to be an offer, probably an offer of reconciliation here. But this is also a card of reciprocity. They're going to want equal give and take. So if they're going to apologize and own their portion of this destruction here, they expect you to turn around and own your portion too. Right? They'll come back and give you an offer. This is a very positive card, but know that this individual is expecting reciprocity. They feel tired. They're burnt out. They don't even want to deal with things. They don't even want to they don't want to look at what's happening. They're just kind of trudging along. And so this may be an individual who's committed to their family and just continuing to work and be overburdened, but they don't want to deal with the current mess that's in their life. Yeah. So part of the reason why they don't even want to look up, they just want to keep plugging along and hopefully get to this castle or get to the house here. The reason why is because there's this deep looming heartbreak. They know that's what's really blanketing this situation here, is this heartbreak, a third party situation. Something has occurred that broke this union, right? This is the pervasive theme here, is heartbreak. That's the factor. They're so exhausted here. The part of them knows that they need to just take a pause, reflect, and heal. And really what this is also saying is someone needs to kind of get deep within them and really assess the situation for what it is and see if there's anything here to be salvaged, and really, trust their intuition. Pray, meditate, and see what they need to do to get rid of this blanket of sadness and heartache in the relationship. Someone's coming forward with a lot of impulsive energy, a truth seeker. This person here is not necessarily healthy, a healthy communicator. They tend to come in and they say what they're going to say without even stopping to think about the consequence. Now, if that is you, Leo, that's coming in and you're going to come in guns blazing or sword blazing here, and this with the Knight of Swords, if you're coming towards this individual and saying, this is what's happened, this is what I think, you're a piece of crap, whatever, if that's you, that's not going to necessarily be constructive. Now, if it's the other person, just be prepared, but know that, you can't really make somebody do something they don't want to do. If this is how they're going to present themselves, just be prepared. But if this is you, where you come in and you just charge forward, know that that's going to, look at him charging towards the Page of Cups, know that that's going to be very destructive. Temperance, balance, moderation. You see what's blocking the Knight of Swords here is this angel that's tempering the situation, trying to say, calm down, don't charge at this. And again, they may come back at you and they may be charging towards you, but something here is going to hopefully step in and say, you need to not do that because that's destructive. That's not going to fix anything. They're going to want to hold their stance in here. Someone in here, maybe this individual is going to sit here and, and say, no, this is what I believe in. This is what's happened. And they're kind of almost like unwilling to budge. They're, digging in. Yeah, there's exhaustion. Yeah. Wisdom, structure. Yeah, someone here is going to undergo a change because they've taken the time here to really reflect on the situation, and they're going to come in with a little bit of wisdom here, right? You see what's blocking here. So in order for you guys to reconcile, there has to be some wisdom here. There's a feminine energy that's going to surround this outcome. I'd like it to be you, Leo. I never want it to be another person, right? I always want, I'm optimistic. I like people to get back together. But if this is you, this is the energy of confidence, of beauty, of, just intuition, focus. This is the manifestor. This is the Witch of the Tarot. They can make anything happen. They're so attractive. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. There's someone here that's undergone that glow up. Queen of Wands. Right? So that may be you, Leo. You may have taken the time to really do that glow up that I'm talking about. All right, let's clarify this Three of Swords here. What's that about? Yeah, so optimism here. I mean, you're going to get over, both of you are going to get over this heartbreak. There's going to be communication, but you just have to be aware that it needs to be constructive communication. Yeah, both of you want stability. You want this. You want to come back together. You want the legacy. You want all of the good stuff, right? But it's how you approach things. If it's going to be destructive, it's not going to be good. Like, yeah, you've got 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Again, if you give in and give this reciprocity, right, don't forget the history that you have with this individual. And you've got the 6 of Pentacles here. Reciprocity, give back, right? You can't be unyielding. you have to, give in a little bit. Chariot tells me that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of willpower here and then determination, but it's going to move along the way it needs to, exactly the way it's supposed to. Okay, so let's see if there's any other messages here. Yeah, again, the conflict, like I said, you're going to have a lot of conflict here. Just make sure that it's normal to have conflict, but just make sure it's not going to be so destructive. And after this conflict, this is what we hope for, is a new beginning, a new start. And someone's spying. It's you, Leo, because you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here watching this video if you weren't spying, right? But the other person may also be spying on you. So and this is also a message. This person may reach out to you with an offer to speak. Just make sure, yeah, changes. So things are going to change between the two of you. And you have a lot more control than you know. Cut your losses, right? So if you hang on and be stubborn, and you hang on to your belief system, and you're unrelenting, you're going to end up fighting in this situation, and it's going to be very destructive. Cut your losses can also mean, like, if you've had enough, I mean, what are you going to do, right? You can't stay in a situation you don't want to be in. But definitely, if you want to return to this relationship, you need to understand your role, accept your responsibility, and cut it out of your life, because you don't want to go back to that. You don't want to repeat of the past. Focus, yeah. Keep yourself focused on what your goal is, right? If your goal is to really reunite your relationship, well, you know what you need to do. Right? You know what you need to do. Make sure you're communicating properly. All right. Any other messages? Be assertive, which, you're a Leo. You're going to be assertive. Trust. Yeah, trust the process. Trust yourself. No need to worry. You have all the answers within you. You have the strength and fortitude to really you know, make things happen for yourself. What did I say? Communicate clearly. Communicate clearly. Like I said here, communicate properly, clearly. Don't go in there just swords blazing, guns blazing, and just create destruction, because that's not going to help your situation. Okay, Leo, thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.